Holyfield Son getting KO'd by a full-time electrician. That was
out the medicines. We've been on that rock star regimen, knowing that I'm heaven sent, higher than I ever been. I got a problem with.
What's going on, guys, and welcome to the Totally Blitz podcast, Fight Club edition. Before we get into the action, go down and hit that like and subscribe button. And if you're listening to us on the podcast, find us on YouTube at Totally Blitzed. But let's get into the action. These are your hosts. I'm Paul, Pick'em Win'em Concha, the sports encyclopedia, and drunk gambler.
Hey, man, you already know, man. It's that boy Lil KK, a.k.a. the Don PYE, the motherfucker that just dropped a video. Go check that out on the project. Feel me? But right now it's 3:16. I got some math for you. So 3:16. Honestly, 3:16 means I just kicked your ass. 3:16 is 4 minutes away from 3:20, which is an hour away from 4:20. So that means it's 4:20 somewhere. Why don't you go blaze it, you dirty motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? But that's just me real quick.
That boy fucked my head up with that one. Nah, what's up, man? It's your boy PT, man. You know, the boxing guy. That's all.
Bro, he be so modest, bro. I be putting his title as the boxing guru, and then he become that boxing guy.
Nah, bro, because there's people that's gonna be still on boxing fans, man. They be dickheads, bro. They gonna be, talking that shit. There's gonna be people that definitely know more than me, and they're gonna want to talk.
Bro, this show, and I am all about controversy, boy.
But I love the debate. Debating is my favorite thing to do when it comes to that shit. So I'll go for hours debating some boxing. So
I've learned from doing this on the Fight Club is that like fighting in general is probably the most easily debated thing ever. Because I remember in middle school we used to argue Mayweather versus Pacquiao every day, and it didn't hit me that I didn't know who any of these people were at the time. It didn't hit me until the fight actually happened, and I was like, oh wow. I really didn't know anything about these guys. I probably seen a couple of their knockouts, some clips on YouTube, and I would just use that as fuel to go argue with somebody for hours every day about how Mayweather would whoop Pacquiao at. That was just what right. When it comes to fighting and debating boxing, it's all really opinion based because anybody on any day can beat most people. It's just there's just those select few that just don't get beaten for nothing.
Yeah, no, definitely can. It only takes one punch to really, hurt someone.
6 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 bad seconds of your life.
I mean, no matter how good Bivol was, come on, man. A lot of people was not seeing Canelo lose, but I mean, some people did, but you still not expecting Canelo to lose. That shit's crazy.
Hey, some of the Teddy Atlas had a little thing on his podcast where he broke down how judges steal, they'll cheat rounds purposely for superstars, and they were just breaking down it was impossible for someone to win this round, but then two judges gave it to Canelo anyway because they knew the later rounds they could come back
that's why, bro. That's why that shit
forging points
sloppy, bro. That boxing shit gets sloppy, especially with a Canelo with that big of a superstar.
Hey, if we're talking sloppy boxing, before we get into the real boxing, I did want to just point this out on this show. We got a celebrity boxing match coming up between Blacc Chyna is set to fight Alyssa Megan, some model. But they did their square off today, bro.
I seen that shit, bro. That shit looked funny as fuck when they were staring at each other, bro.
Blacc Chyna had this all white designer fit on, big
and then she sunglasses.
Pushed it. Yeah, she pushed Blacc Chyna. It's getting heated, bro.
Oh man, that shit is fucking crazy. That's what Jake Paul started, man.
Get that.
Look at it. All that shit is entertainment. I just look at it it's entertainment. It's if you look at that shit and you're smiling and laughing, or that shit caught your eye and made you watch it for 20, 30 minutes, then they did their job. That's entertainment. Because
that's what they were going for.
They did it.
This shit, I want to see this. I want to see the fight just to see are they gonna actually be able to put on the stand?
I want to see are they gonna actually try to train, or they
is it real camps, or are they
are they gonna go wing it, or are they gonna try to really?
I'm not gonna lie to you. If the bitch has a fake ass, I promise you she's not grinding for nothing. She's not grinding.
She's definitely not running outside.
Nah.
not doing those squats. If she can't buy that, she can't buy the W. She's not winning. She's doing that to get that clout. But here's the thing: it be when them boys get bust, like when Ocho Cinco got dropped. Like even though it looked like he was winning that fight, like motherfucking, it's like when the boys get bust and they kind of, because there's the respect factor. Like if I were to actually do some boxing shit, it wouldn't be no celebrity boxing. It would be boxing. Because like I mean, I went to camp for. I had to fucking train. I had to practice. I had to I had to cuss everybody in my camp out because I'm cutting weight. Like that would be me. Like it would be boxing, and it would be boxing with another celebrity. You feel me?
That's why I be respecting Jake Paul, because I noticed that he actually does real camps. Like he puts a real team around him, and he takes it as serious as any other real professional boxer. So that's why I give him props.
But Jake Paul. He fucking surprised me the other day. I saw some clip. It was Logan Paul. No, I didn't see that, but I saw Logan Paul's show, and they had this super brawling man on there that was showing them that how to be a man's man or whatever.
Oh, and he's meat.
Yeah, raw meat, like raw liver.
Yeah, I seen that shit.
They're freaking out. Logan Paul was kind of like everyone's like, oh, disgusted. Jake Paul's like, y'all some bitches, bro. I eat this shit every Tuesday. Walks up, gets the liver, just starts chewing on it. Yeah, bro. It gets another one. Just like sashimi. That's some real boxer Rocky mentality, bro. That motherfucker really be in the gym really be working.
Bro, they be going to Puerto Rico and like they be on lockdown for their camps. Like they treat it like real camp. That shit's hard, because when you compare it to all the other YouTube celebrity TikTok boxing events that be going on with the Triller shit,
well,
you can tell all that shit. You can tell all that shit be fucking food, bro. So like,
I once seen a motherfucker. My bad, I didn't mean to cut you off. But I once seen a motherfucker that he literally made a video, because I make content. It takes like this to make content. It takes one practice. My first video I ever made was like a highlight reel of Paul slapboxing motherfuckers. Like I once seen a motherfucker literally talking about, yeah, bro, I flew in all the way from motherfucking New York. I got the call, so I flew from New York to Miami and immediately got to work. This bro put up this mean ass boxer video, like he was camping and training and shit like that. Got his shit slept. Like it's bad that slept in celebrity boxing, because like the person that probably slept you won't do that to a normal person.
And everyone's watching.
But what you were saying?
Everyone's watching.
Oh, but I only had before we actually, because we still have the Boots and the Charlo, both knockouts, both have to talk about it. There's two other big knockouts on this card that happened on early card. Holyfield Son getting KO'd by a full-time electrician. That was one of the guy was like 7-6, full-time electrician from all sources I've seen. That's a fact. And his 7 wins, those opponents he beat combined for 5 wins and 68 losses. What did you tell me before we started, Marcus, about that?
Man, that's a fucking shame, bro, to fucking get clipped like that, bro. Like he gotta have like he might not even have a future now because of that shit. Like obviously he could get back in the gym and put in the work, and obviously he has that possibility, but fuck, bro, you getting clean, knocked out clean, talking goofy on Twitter, apologizing, saying he hit hard and shit. Like that just looks bad, bro. Like to go out like that, man, that was probably, I think it was on the Triller card. So like that fight was probably set up for him to look good too. That's the thing.
On the odds, he was minus 5,000. The other guy didn't even have a money line odds because of how outrageously wide of margin it was.
They didn't even want you betting because they should have said no, bro. Don't even look over here. Like, come on, bro.
We don't have odds big enough for how big of an underdog he is in this fight.
No, bro. And then he cleaned him, bro. It's not like he won a close fight. Not like he did all that.
No count.
So it's like, man, I don't know. I didn't know much about dude. I knew his brother in the running back for Georgia, but other than that, man, I don't know. I don't know what his future holds. Maybe he gets back in the gym and turns up.
Kev,
hopefully.
How do you think that guy's going into his work Monday morning today?
Oh, he didn't show up. Well,
he going to what?
Yeah.
I'm looking at the shit right now.
I would call out instantly, bro. You sleep.
You walking into work, bro. Look at everybody.
Oh, come on, Evan.
Don't talk to me. Don't try me. I get the big chicken.
Bruh, he got dropped by something so flim.
That's what I said, bro. He had it.
What?
Oh,
That's what
On his face. On his face.
That's
Cool.
one of the situations, like, right.
how's
So
that feeling?
And then he apologizes on Twitter.
I'm not gonna come at you, man, because like you're not your dad. Like your dad didn't sleep in the same sheets that you did. Because it's hard to go for that run when you wake up, run in the morning when you wake up in silk sheets. That's the greatest thing I've ever heard. So like I understand you don't have that same hunger that your dad brought into the ring, that same like sense to live. And I'm a Tyson fan personally, so I'm not gonna look at you as Holyfield Son, but I'm gonna look at you and like, come on, bro. You got a clip like that, kid.
Either way, that fight was set up for him to shine, so he fumbled it.
He looked like he came in there. He looked kind of nervous. I don't know. If I was him, like I would have really just killed bro. Like, but like, it's different for everybody, man. If I'm not gonna say bro don't got no future, that's a really tough mental thing to get past because you already have to deal with the pressure of your dad's spotlight, which is not easy, even slightly. But going down,
he just took like 20 steps back now.
Yeah, it probably doesn't help either. So like, I don't know, man. You got to go like really think about what you're trying to do in this field because your dad probably wanted you to be a doctor coming up. He probably told you, please don't be a boxer because like, no, I don't know too many boxers that think like, yeah, I want my kids to go through the same amount of punishment. A lot of people, I know people that didn't make it in the boxing world. I was like, yeah, bro, I need my kid to go through this because I couldn't do it.
Hey, yeah, I heard someone once say, Jeezy told us trap or die, but sent his kid to college.
Rod Wave said that shit.
Oh, hey, he spoke it. But hey, if there's one person who knows about something shining, it's definitely the electrician, and he definitely shined on the biggest stage of his career. But I don't think it's the worst knockout.
You don't think? I don't think it was I think it looked terrible.
No, the worst knockout of the night was I don't even know his name, but the clip Marcus sent in.
Oh yeah, I don't even know dude's name, but Jit got knocked out of the ring, bro.
Crowd surfing.
Yeah, bro. And the crazy part is it was like some WWE shit where like it was a last man standing match or some shit. Like he got thrown out of the ring and the ref was still counting. And like he's trying to crawl in the ring. He got back in. The ref is still counting. I'm like, bruh, Jit just got knocked out of the ring. Called the fight. I would have called the fight if I seen someone flying out of the ring. And
they were little dudes too, because I swear.
Yeah, it had to be.
I swear they were shorter than the third rope.
Yeah, bro, that had to be like 118.
It might have been some Rey Mysterio type jumping over the ropes.
Bro, I would have felt like the dude that knocked him out.
All right, here we go.
Man, I'm dead.
R.I.P. That happened right after Holyfield too, I believe. So it was kind of like Holyfield's mistake kind of got wiped away because old boy.
Doctor, that shit.
There, yeah, he made it back. Yeah, and then he called it.
That shit had me dead. That was like some WWE shit.
Bro, that was like a muscle hamster right there. I would not be. That nigga probably hit harder shit. That's funny.
But that kept us entertained all through the early hours, coming into the late night. Then that boy Boots versus Clayton. Boots was it a second round knockout, I believe, right?
Yeah, it was second.
Boots on the ground, put the
boots on the ground, man.
Easy work, like he said, in and out like a robbery.
Bro, when he said that shit had me crying. He's like, y'all know my saying. Because I seen his short said, Mr. Catch a Body. But I knew he was a gangster. But he said, y'all know my saying, in and out like a robbery. Oh, what?
Yeah, dude's like that, bro. Because he's just been cleaning dudes all fucking every fight.
Spence right there. 19-0 fighter. I don't give a fuck if you did blah, 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 the Olympics. Spence, you right there, nigga. I want you next, nigga. Don't handle Crawford and then come see me. That's what my nigga told him.
But I was pissed because I was talking about Clayton like, hey, bro, he got some power. Be careful. He was like the bigger, not taller and longer, but he was definitely thicker. He had the bigger torso. He was the bigger guy. And he didn't do shit. Like I felt like he was as okay with like he was scared at some point.
spooked.
He literally like Boots would like fake a punch, like almost like what bitch type shit, and like we would jump at him, and then Clayton would just clench up his whole body and like squirm up together. And I'm like,
nah, he was getting him with the feints, bro. Dude just looked like he was scared in the ring almost. I mean, shit, I would be too, man. Boots was nice.
that jab is just so he has one that probing jab where he just kind of keeps you at the distance while continuing to tag you.
I love how like, cause like most switch fighters, they don't switch like that quick. Like he was switching in the middle of rounds. I was like, damn, that's crazy. Like he'll start like orthodox and in the middle of his combination go to a southpaw. Like that shit sets up for clean ass punches, man. That shit's nice.
Bro is dangerous, and I think he's right there in the division with the 2 pound per pound kings.
Yeah,
right,
man, that's what sucks. Like he would have been had a belt if it wasn't for that.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the fact that Spence has them all, he would have been got him one. And I like how Spence was there so he could call his ass out.
He's the mandatory now. He's Errol Spence, IBF mandatory, but boxing's muddy. There's some super fights that need to be made between him and Crawford first. I think
Spence did say though that they're in good talks with Crawford. So like they're talking about this year, and hopefully it gets done by like September, November, and that would be awesome. But
hey, is it just me though, or was there motherfucking nobody? No, there was like no money put into this. I felt like during in between the rounds, they were literally in between the fights. They were literally just walking around talking to people. Like I feel like there was no even a press conference felt like it was just like in an auditorium somewhere.
I feel you. The stadium they fought in is like a legendary stadium, but that shit was like when Boots was fighting, there wasn't that many people.
It was daytime outside too. I think that was the issue too. It was like y'all fighting at like 6 o'clock in the afternoon in California.
Yeah, but I know I forgot the name of that stadium, but it's a popular boxing place. Like there's been a lot of brawls there, and there's been a lot of fights. But
it was I wasn't used to that for boxing.
Hey,
I felt like I was watching WrestleMania.
Oh, pumping crowd noise.
Nah, and like it was loud though. It got crazy loud for the head.
Nah, when Charlo was fighting, it got packed and like it definitely filled out.
Yeah, but like in between, it felt like I felt like they were literally just looking.
There was a big ass gap though when between Boots and Charlo fought. There was a huge gap.
And I feel, but wasn't there like during the whole gap? There wasn't he just going from like person to person? You just finding
was Jan fighting?
Yeah, that's exactly.
Was Jan fighting during the gap though?
They're trying to fucking kill time.
Hey, yeah, I don't know like what the schedule is. It because it had to
I think because Boots got the knockout in the second round, I think. And like, I think because it was also on TV that they're trying to, Charlo was supposed to fight at like, I think it was supposed to be at 11:30 and it was a little early. Because right after the Boots fight ended, they showed the locker room and Charlo was getting his hands wrapped. So they were way behind time. So like, that's when they started interviewing. They were talking about NBA playoffs out there. I'm like, what the fuck?
See, with Boots, I mean, it was kind of hard to learn anything in my because I had a whole bunch of things I was like specifically wanting to watch for him. And
yeah,
he was just so dominating. Clayton didn't throw much back, so it was kind of hard to judge like anything. But he looked good. The only thing I just thought I could take away that was something I brought up before was like his lack of head movement. He still keeps it on like a center line, I feel like, but like I don't like he has to think about moving it. So like when he's in his zone, just throwing punches, free willy, kind of like how he does, how he was doing against Clayton, no real resistance, just keep throwing. He's not thinking about the head movement. But then when he thinks about showing off and shit, then he starts showcasing the head movement. So he has it in his bag. Like he just doesn't use it all the time, like, especially when he's locked in and like comfortable.
Yeah, probably because most of the time he's barely getting punches thrown at him, so he probably gets more laid back in there.
Yeah, it doesn't matter much when he's dominating the way he did, but I was just mean like later on, like if he's fighting Spence or something, especially like ain't much left for him in the division other than the top dogs.
Yeah, I would like to see him fight Keith Thurman next. That would be a good little feed Keith Thurman to him. But yeah, I would have wanted Sean Porter too, but Sean Porter's retired now. But Keith Thurman would be a good little match. Unfortunately, that would suck for Keith because I'm also a Thurman fan, but that would be a good little step up in fight for him to fight Keith for sure.
I think Keith Thurman had a good run as champion. Like I feel like he had a good
Oh
run.
no, he was the best welterweight for a minute until
Pacquiao.
Yeah, and then Crawford came up in weight, and then Spence started getting his belts, but Thurman was like that for a minute, low key, like 2015, 2016. He was that guy.
Hell yeah.
Well, speaking of that guy, we got the main event here. We all called it. We could have had the coldest take episode ever, but instead we were actually, hey, congrats. We went 100% on our picks. That boy Charlo got the 10th round KO. It's funny because I had 8th, Kev had 9th, and Marcus had 11th. So we're all in the same park. We was at the wrong ball game.
Wrong ball game. That's funny as fuck.
But how did Charlo look? That boy, how did Castano look? How did the fight go? Let me get some actions.
I wouldn't say it is fight of the year because I still got Serrano up there. I still got that Lubin fight up there, but that is definitely up there. Probably top 5, top 3. Because that fight was a fucking, bro. That was a display of beautiful boxing from both fighters. The way they were just, that was a definition of two fighter styles that just are perfect for each other. I was seeing tweets can they fight every couple months?
Every
just to
6
watch
months, yeah.
Yeah, because their styles fit so perfect when they fight each other, and it's just beautiful boxing to watch at the highest level too. But shout out Castano, he came out pushing the pace. He was in Charlo's face. Shout out Charlo because you can tell the work he put in his camp. You seen it in the ring, what he was working on. He worked his defense. He worked him not keeping his back on the ropes. He was sticking and moving, boxing, keeping it on the outside. He would come in, jab, get his combinations off, and then boom, pivot out, and he's out. And Castano is just kind of coming like a mummy, just coming forward and following him.
What about you, Kev? Did your boy Charlo show out? Did he do his thing?
It was gangster. Look, my dog turned up, man. Yeah, man, motherfucker. It was gangster, man. I've been a big Charlo fan since I really got into the boxing. Those were probably the 3rd or 4th people I knew. But he really showed out because Castano was no slouch, even slightly. Castano came in, he kept moving forward. He kind of tried to push the pace, but Charlo stayed so active with his feet. The way he never got stuck on the point, stuck on the ropes. He just kept staying into him. And then once he slowed down and slow down and let the fight start coming to him instead of forcing it, he really got a hold of it. And I think that's how he got the knockout. Because the way the knockout went, it didn't look like he caught him with something crazy. It looked like he caught him with something crazy. It looked like he just kept hitting his combinations, kept doing what he was doing, stuck to his game plan. And Derek Lewis, the trainer, great. Fucking phenomenal. The way he helped Charlo adjust and fix all his adjustments and come through the cerebral, the better physical and cerebral fighter. Crazy. But Castano would look nice. He had some flurries. He won some good rounds. I wouldn't have been shocked if this would have went down to a very close, not split decision, unanimous, but a real close unanimous decision, if that makes sense. Yeah. And just shout out Charlo for just looking good. Hey, did y'all hear the way he snapped on them boys in the press conference? Because I watch my press conferences. He came in that bitch. I want a motherfucking apology. I deserve it. Derek Lewis nah, man.
Yeah, he be coming with the energy.
Derek Lewis was in that bitch.
Up too.
You don't need no apology. Nah, fuck that. He nah, man, I want my motherfucking apology. I was like, yeah, get your apology, bro. And then he was calling out media. He had niggas talking about yeah, bro, I've been with you guys since the start, blah, blah, blah. He goes, nah, you was talking that shit. I ain't forget that. I was like, yeah, tell your shit, champ. Unified champ. I think they say he's the 6th ever or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Unified champ.
First ever at 154 too.
Y'all, correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, so tell me if I am.
If you are.
So Castano in the first fight, he only threw, I think, I say only, but still a crazy number. He threw 48 punches a round, which was less than his average of 72 or 77. And he said that in this fight particular that he was coming in and he was gonna go back to his normal fighting style, and I just didn't feel like he was super aggressive. Like he was still pushing the pace and like, but he wasn't throwing damn near 70 punches around. Like whatever he said for that game plan, shoot, Kev.
I think that's what comes back down to Derek Lewis and Charlo, because you see that he likes to pull the trigger, and he has a very Manny Pacquiao style when it comes to the volume punches, like a Manny Pacquiao mixed with a little bit of Madonna. It looked like a real deal. But the thing was, you can't do that from this close. Like if he doesn't have any space to pull the trigger and stuff like that. And I think that's what Charlo was doing. Because by the fact that Charlo, he wasn't moving back. He was pedaling, he was moving his feet, and he kept circling. So when he did, because there was points in times when Charlo could literally just come in like this at any point in time of the fight. So like when you get that close, I feel like he can't let the trigger go like that. Because the cool thing about Castano is that he can let that trigger go all over the ring. There's not one point of the part of the ring that like Adrian Broner, he needs a spot and then he can let that shit go. Castano can let that shit go from any point of the ring. But I feel like when he and then the way he pushes forward and forces you to have to circle and go back, it sets it up so that way when you're moving to where he wants you to move. But because Charlo stayed ahead of him and continued to keep push the forward back and get around and then get close when he needed to, I kind of felt like his punches were kind of locked up a little bit. But there were points late, especially late in certain rounds, you've seen that he was letting that trigger go because he was able to control the ring movement.
No, my bad, Marcus.
No, I was just gonna say he definitely was just boxing his ass, man, just keeping it. I feel like Castano couldn't really figure it out as much as he did the first fight because Charlo wasn't sitting in front of him. So that's probably why it looked like he wasn't really doing as much. But Charlo did some like Sugar Ray Leonard, like box the pressure fighter and just kind of kept him on the outside. And then when he had to bang with him, he banged with him and landed powerful shots. But they both landed good shots on each other, though.
Yeah, no, see, that's why like his fight style is so aggressive that like even when he doesn't have the most aggressive, it's still aggressive. Like it's still like that's what I'm saying. Like he still did a fight. It doesn't feel like he was throwing 70 or like whatever he said he needed to win. Go back to his fighting style. I just didn't see him do it, but it is because like Kev said and you said, like Charlo was the better boxer in that ring. Like he didn't over engage. He used his footwork, his jab, and didn't make no silly mistakes or anything like that.
He didn't stay on the ropes because that's why he gets fucked up is on the ropes.
And even on the ropes, he felt like he was bouncing off this.
He was doing a lot of clean counter punching off the ropes this fight.
And that was that favorite part because like Charlo's his how aggressive his punches are and how far, because those uppercuts he was throwing to the sky. Like every punch he missed, you look like, wow, I was sent with some dangerous intention. Like that was bad. Like so like that knockout was coming, but like he stuck to his game plan. So that shit was dangerous.
Well, now that he has the belt, he got him along his waist. He's the unified champion. I've heard rumors that Jamie Mongolia is mandatory. If you know anything about him, Mark, I know he was a former champ, vacant it.
Nah, he's solid. I think he's probably gonna start fighting mandatories. I don't know if he's gonna move up. Yeah, he might move up to 160, but I swear his brother might be at 168. But
they were talking about moving up to Eris Landry Laura.
Yeah, he might end up moving up to middleweight. I think it would be middleweight. But I don't know. He also might end up defending his belts, and that'd be pretty cool to see him defend his belts. But 150. I mean, the 154 still got a lot of people. Are like, what's his name? Tim Zhu or
Tim Zhu.
Yeah, there's some people are saying for him to fight Charlo. I would want to see that one. That would be a fight.
That is a mega fight to make. I'm not gonna lie.
That would be a brawl because they would bang it out because Tim be coming forward. So that would be a fun ass fight to see. But we'll see because he's not gonna fight Spence. They're stablemates, and Crawford could be a possibility, but I think he's gonna end up be fighting Spence twice eventually before that happens. But hey, man, shout out Charlo, man. That boy got his 4 belts. He deserves to be in the top 10 pound for pound. Wherever you want to put him, he definitely belongs there for sure.
Dead ass, man. That's probably Spence is probably my favorite fighter. It was Wilder right now. If I would have a favorite fighter, he's probably in my top 3. It'd probably be like Spence,
My
Charlo.
boy still fuck with Wilder.
Yeah, would probably be Spence, Charlo, Wilder. Wilder. Hey,
that boy Wilder's been gone for like 20 years.
Fury, kid. Like Fury busting a lot of niggas, kid. That's how I look at it. Every time I think I'm like Fury busting a lot of niggas, kid. Like there's a lot of people that couldn't, but my dog just had to be the one that got beat.
He had to be the one.
My dog just had to be the one. Like
in the spotlight.
If Joshua was from Australia and not the UK, it would have been Joshua. But it was my dog because they didn't want to make the UK. They didn't want to make the UK fight. You feel me? It's cool though. It's cool. It's cool. But he gonna fight Dylan White. Don't worry. He got a ranch.
This is just a fun question. I don't know the answer honestly, but like, which Charlo brother you think is better? Like,
I'll say probably Jermell for sure.
Damn, Kev, you can't pick.
I'm out of here.
Jermell is nice though, so like I'm not trying to take nothing from him, but I'll probably take Jermell. I like how Jermell can bounce back from like he's bounced back from 2 L's, or not 2 L's, but he's revenged 2 fights. So I don't know. I think Jermell's that dude, man.
I think
they both like that though, for real.
If you look at it right in wrestling, when you have a brother. When you had a brother, usually the one in the higher weight class was a little bit, the one in the smaller weight class was a little bit better because the other one had to go up a weight class because that one's probably in the right weight class. But like I look at them boys like that sibling rivalry is so real. Like if you ever watch any of the 24/7s or All Accesses, like they really be going through it. Like over.
They got them. They be coming with it, the energy,
and like so that's real. I think. See, I hate when I say this because Jermell and Jamal. The one in 154, the Charlo at 154. I like him a little bit more. And he seems
Jermell.
Like, he's Jermell. I like him. He seems like he's the more serious one. But like, I'm fine with Jamal too. Like, it just depends on what day it is. Yeah, but that boy Paul picking between Charlo brothers, I think it's dangerous.
Yeah, I had to throw it out there. I'm controversy over here.
Niggas finna come knock on your door. You're gonna say, "So you think he bad?"
Yeah, them boys are demons though, for
like,
sure.
But watch Paul. Please go watch these All Accesses, and you'll understand. Like these niggas have one of the strongest sibling rivalries I've seen, and it's tough. Both for like top in the world.
What you're trying to add some fuel to the fire.
It's there.
Oh shit,
it's there.
But anything y'all got about these fights or Holyfield getting knocked out, someone getting knocked out the ring?
All I gotta say is Boots, pound for pound, future, man. I already said it. Xander, Keyshawn, and Boots, man. Those are the guys, bro. But shout out Charlo, undisputed, first ever 154. Boy did his thing, man.
Hey, Charlo said it best, man. You got him at 150. You got Spence at 147, him at 154, his brother at 168. Them Texas boys is running shit right now. They got some shit going on and it sounds like they gonna be doing this for a little minute. So like, yeah, y'all boys get some cowboy hats.
Yeah, some cowboy boots.
That's scary, not gonna lie.
That is scary.
But fuck with us. We got some more content coming out. We got the UFC fights coming up. Holly Holm versus Marlon Vieira. Marcus should know a little bit about Holly Holm coming from the boxing world. And any big boxing fights on this weekend coming up, Marcus?
We got Benavidez versus lmao. I think it is lmao, but is it lmao? I don't know if that's his name. Don't quote me on that. I might have fucked that up, but Benavidez is definitely fighting this weekend, and that's the guy you need to check out because that's the guy that everyone wanted Canelo to fight. That's the guy that Charlo should be fighting. That's the guy, man, to be fighting in 168. So tune in for that. And then after that, Javante fights in 2 weeks, so we'll see that soon.
Yeah, FightClub is going to be very busy. We got some fucking hard hitters, heavy hitters coming up, not just fighters, but the cards themselves. And if you haven't yet, go down, like, and subscribe. Even drop a comment. We're here to talk with you, talk some shit with us, bro. We good at that too. And
Hey, man.
Oh, it's okay?
I was gonna let them know, man. And if you don't want to talk that shit, I'll talk that shit on 5 different accounts. Fuck y'all.
And if you don't drop the comment, just know. Use a
problem with being problematic. Get the light beam on me, ready for electrostatic. Don't you step into this box if you're not batting. Cause my gang got tools. You can call them boy crap, man. This gang got rules, man. You better watch your passes. This ain't